And now I want to bring in CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson, and this is to talk about the legal case. This is the case against Maduro. Jessica, thank you so much for your time today. Just yesterday in court, Maduro's attorney said he expects a, quote, voluminous discovery process. What will this involve exactly?
So voluminous meaning a lot and many. It means that this is going to be a lengthy process. In part, I think that there's going to be discovery about the investigation and obviously what led to the complaint against Maduro and his wife and the other defendants. There will also be, we know, vigorous motion practice about whether or not this case can proceed. And part of that will be based on the initial evidence that each side exchanges. But I think what we're seeing right off the bat is that there's a preview that this is going to be a lengthy case. If it ever does go to trial, let's get in the process of saying years, not months.
Okay. And Jessica, it's not often that we see a case play out involving the arrest of a nation's leader by another country. So does Maduro have certain immunities as a political figure? And what are he and his wife doing in the meantime as they wait for that next court date on March 17th?
So let's take the end first, which is they're in detention. So like any other defendant who's facing similar charges, even though of course they're not, they will be detained. They will not be released on bail. Obviously, we have a very high flight risk in this situation. So what are we going to see in terms of defense? There absolutely are immunities that Maduro can assert. He can say, I have something called head of state immunity. He's also going to say that the United States infringed on Venezuela's sovereignty. He's going to make arguments about how these activities that brought to his arrest, in fact, violated the UN Charter and other international laws. The real question is what a federal judge in the US says and whether or not those assertions of immunity and those claims that this case should not proceed, whether they would be successful. If they are, that means the case stops. Now, of course, those decisions will be appealed up and down the federal court system, but those are the really big issues to look at as this case proceeds in the short term, those claims of immunity.
Yeah, and it certainly sounds like this is going to be a case that could take a bit, right? Take a while?
I think we all need to expect that this could take a bit. Now, when it comes to big, complicated criminal cases, we should note that they've both waived time, meaning we should look at this case, again, it's not like other cases, but like other cases that can take years to go to trial. We should also remember that most cases don't go to trial. Now, this isn't most cases. We can point to basically one or two circumstances in our nation's history. We're thinking about Noriega in Panama, where we've had similar situations. That case took years. Again, I think because of our first discussion about voluminous discovery, because of our second question about immunity, there's complicated issues here. This is going to take a while for a judge to sift through.
Oh yeah, lots to pay attention to. Jessica Levinson, thank you so much.